Jodie Mintu here. It's been a while since I've actually been on video. I've actually been on holiday. Needed holiday, and it was a beautiful holiday, and I'm simply excited to be back. I really am. I missed home a lot. I guess that's one of the two things about holidays is, yes, you do get to relax, but the other point is that you get to appreciate what you have back at home. And let me tell you that we live in an amazingly beautiful country. What I wanted to talk about today was choice. I had the absolute privilege today of talking at the Strong and Inside Out program that is hosted at Try Boxing. It came about by being invited by Tiffany Constable, which I'm going to give a huge shout out to. And I'm truly honoured that I was invited to be part of that program. And I had a little talk about choice because, you know, that's one of our superpowers. I think I've talked about this before, about choice being one of our superpowers. And I love the fact that we have a superpower, and people might be going, oh, really? Do we actually have a superpower? Yeah, we do. We have it, and it's called choice. And what I wanted to talk about was, you know, when people separate in divorce or in conflict of any sorts, whether it be with our families or in any sort of relationship, even if it's with our partners, if it's with our ex-partners, if it's with friendships, whatever it may be, you know, we have a choice of choosing our battles, is what I want to say. And I have spoken about this, you know, many a times with my clients because, you know, when you separate and divorce, it is one of the most heart-aching, tragic situations that you'll journey through. Because of the emotions that will be running high on both sides of both partners. So you have yourself and then obviously your ex-partner. Because let's say that, you know, not always do separations, divorce end, you know, on a very amicable conclusion. I was probably one of those rare situations that ours did. But I wanted to sort of say that, you know, quite often in many of the cases, I would say 90% of the cases that I have worked with my clients over the, you know, 10-year span have been, you know, highly conflict. And I always, you know, and I guess being a counsellor, I've been able to sort of help deal with some of that conflict, that pain and that you know, reactions to situations that are completely out of our control. And I always say to my clients, it's about our choices. You know, do we want to, you know, have this argument with this person? Do we want to go over this again with this person? Do we want to keep repeating ourselves and place us in a situation where we're completely and utterly frustrated or even angry or just at a loss, really? These are the things we want to be, you know, asking ourselves when we're dealing with a high conflict situation. And I always get my clients, and I'm just going to read off my blog because it had been quite a few years. I was going back over my blogs, a couple of years since I'd actually spoken about choosing your battles. And I always sort of said that with my clients, you have to ask these questions to yourself. Is it something that is life-threatening in regards to your child? So say your child comes along and, you know, they've come along with some, I don't know, big bag of popcorn, and they've made a mess everywhere. Obviously in the car, and they've walked through the house. They're just being kids, right? But you decide that this is the ex's problem. This is the ex's problem because they gave the bag of popcorn to the child. It's not the child's problem, it's the ex's problem. And then you start this big war, text war, about a bag of popcorn. Can you see how silly that sounds? But you can see how it can happen if you're in a really high conflict situation and you're not thinking clearly about how is this really going to affect the situation. Is it going to help us reconnect and communicate better, or is it just going to add more fuel to that fire? Yeah, it's about choice. And I always say to my clients, before you decide to maybe send that text message to your client, to your ex-partner, to your ex-partner, you need to ask these questions to yourself. Is it life-threatening? Is it going to benefit for the future of how we communicate as parents for our children or child. And it's the same in any relationship, really. You know, we've got to sort of sit back sometimes and go, do I want to enter this battle? Is this a battle that I want to enter? You know, is there a conclusion to this battle? Or is we just going to go around in circles? What is this, if I enter into this situation, what will I actually be achieving from it? That I just get to have my say? Is that where so is it my ego or pride that's coming into this? You know, how is it benefiting it? Because I always think about, do I really want to keep on hurting somebody else as well? No. So it's all about choice, isn't it? It's all about choice. And let me tell you, choice is a fabulous superpower. So we can choose to either enter the battle, have the last say, let our egos and our prides take us away, or we can choose to think and think about the future and you know, the domino effects of what we may do or say that we'll have on the particular situation. Now, obviously, working with separation, divorce, that's where my focus is. But if we were to take this into a life situation, obviously, that's the same thing in anything with our partners or our relationships, our friendships, our relationships with our bosses. You kind of want to think for a moment, is this really necessary? Should I really be thinking about how this will benefit? Because it's about choice. That's what I want to leave you with. It's all about choice, people. I'm hoping you're having a good day. I will speak to you throughout the week. I'm so glad to be back, and I will talk to you sometime this week. Bye for now. Bye.